Zone Faction.
Watch the podcast.
I don't want this to be hurtful. The SEC is still the best conference in the world.
All right. I'm going to go cry now. Thanks for tuning in. See y'all Tuesday.
We're going to talk a little football.
Let's get it, baby.
Welcome back to this week's show, the Red Zone Faction Podcast. I'm your host, Scott Wilson. Today's show, we're going to go over the first week of college football. I'll be honest with you, didn't get to watch a lot of games because I was super busy this weekend. I hate it. I did get to watch the Florida-Michigan game from front to back. That's the only game I got to watch, actually. I even missed the Bama game when it came on. I had to go back the next day and watch the replay on YouTube. So it's been a busy weekend for me, and this podcast is going to go out a little later than it normally does because I'm trying to put out a decent quality show, and it's been a challenge to be able to do that. It's actually the third or fourth time I've actually done this. So hopefully this one gets put out correctly and put on a quality show for you. Today, anyway, we're going to go over the SEC weekend. Let's pull up the scores. Arkansas beating Florida A&M 49-7. Missouri beat Missouri State 72-43. Florida lost to Michigan 17-33. Mississippi State beats Charleston Southern 49-0. Georgia takes care of Appalachian State 31-10. Auburn handles Georgia Southern 41-7. Ole Miss beats South Alabama 47-27. Vanderbilt handles Middle Tennessee 28-6. LSU shuts out BYU 27-0, and Texas A&M loses to UCLA 44-45. Those were the two games that we lost this week, being Texas A&M and Florida. Total disappointments for both of those. Missouri takes care of Missouri State, but that score was 72-43. Did the defense stay on the bus, or what's going on with that? I don't know. I hate to see South Alabama lose to Ole Miss. LSU shutting down BYU, really good. I thought that was good. They shut them out. No score at all from BYU. That's awesome. Texas A&M. Unfreaking believable how letting the UCLA come back like that. They had that game won. They were well ahead of them, and they gave it up, let them come back and score all those points to win the game. That Florida's offense, 2 words, hot garbage. It was terrible. I watched that whole game front to back, and it was just Florida's defense is good. Their offense, I know they were missing 2 key players on offense. I understand that, but you're still an SEC school. And let's get this straight, too. Let's go ahead and put this out there. I do believe Michigan is a playoff team. They will make the Final Four. Florida is not. They're not there yet. And if McElwain doesn't get that offense rolling, he's going to end up on the hot seat. And he hadn't been there long. I hate to say that about the guy because I like McElwain. That was just a pure embarrassment. That was really, 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 really bad offense. There's no excuse for that. I know Michigan's good, but watching that game, Florida just couldn't get it together on offense, and you got to be able to do that against Michigan. If you want to be a playoff team, Michigan sets the bar, and Florida's got to play better than that on offense. And nothing against Michigan, because Michigan, like I said, Michigan's a playoff team, and I know that. But Florida, if you want to play with the big dogs, Florida, you're going to have to do better than that. That's not going to work. Hopefully McElwain gets it together, and maybe this was an eye-opener for him, but those 2 games stuck out to me. Everybody else handled their business. You know, Auburn handled Georgia Southern. I didn't get to watch most of that game. I did watch the highlights. Their test is going to be this coming week against Clemson. I look forward to that game. That's going to be the marquee matchup game this weekend. I can't wait for that game. But a lot of cupcakes here on our schedule overall. And everybody took care of their business. Everybody did their thing except for those 2 schools, Florida and A&M. And then we're going to move on to the 3 games that I have marked for ACC versus SEC Week 1. South Carolina, North Carolina State. South Carolina handled them 35-27, beating them by a touchdown. Tennessee takes care of Georgia Tech 42-41. Tennessee took care of business. They got it done. It was hard-fought matchup. Alabama obviously took care of Florida State 24-7. 3-0, baby. 3-0 this week versus the ACC. Now, you ACC fans, tell me again how you're superior, please, because I'm waiting. And then after this coming week, when Auburn takes care of Clemson, your number 2 team, arguably your number 1, You come back at me then, because I'm telling you right now, Auburn's going to go there. They're going to take care of business. They're going to punch them in the mouth. All this hogwash talk about ACC being the dominant conference is all garbage. It's all crap. SEC is still the best conference in the world. That's the way it is. That's the way it has been. That's the way it's going to be. We're solid as a conference. ACC, what happened? What happened? I mean, I know it's North Carolina State. I know it's Georgia Tech. But especially Georgia Tech. I mean, Tennessee's not that great. They're not. I don't really know. Like I said, Florida, head scratcher. I picked Georgia to win the East. It looks like their quarterback got hurt this week, so I look forward to see what Kirby Smart does with that. Felt so sorry for the quarterback at FSU going down. I really hope and pray that he recovers well and comes back next year. I hate that they lost him for the season. It was very unfortunate. But a really good week of college football. Really enjoyed this past week from what I got to see of it anyway. So moving on to my NFL Week 1 pickems. I've got the Patriots beating the Chiefs, the Bills over the Jets. Who wants the number 1 pick? Eagles over the Redskins, Raiders over the Titans, Bucks over the Dolphins, Texans over the Jaguars, Cardinals over the Lions, Falcons over the Bears, Bengals over the Ravens, Steelers over the Browns, Rams over the Colts, Packers over the Seahawks, Panthers over the Niners, Giants over the Cowboys, Vikings over the Saints, Chargers over the Broncos. Those are my picks for this week. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought about this week's college game. Let's talk more about that Auburn-Clemson game coming up. And also give me your pick'ems. I'm going to put it out on a blog too. And let's talk about the picks coming up. Football is here. We're excited. We're ready to go. We're finally here. I'm happy. The next week's show, I can't wait. That's going to be it for this week's show. This is the Red Zone Faction. I'm Scott Wilson. As always, like, share, subscribe. Roll Tide. Cowboys suck. We'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good week.
Leave the comments down below.